Hello race fans, I'm Chris Terrell. I'm here for dailyfantasysportsrankings.com to bring my weekly daily fantasy NASCAR post-qualifying picks video. Before getting into that, if you're not a DFSR member yet, make sure to sign up. It's going to give you access to our member chat room. I'm in there discussing NASCAR pre-lock, usually in there Saturday night as well. And I cover NHL, do sheets for NBA, cover MLB and NFL as well as PGA for DFSR. So I'm in there pretty much 24/7, 365. When you go to the sign up page, you're going to get a 7-day free trial right now, and then you have two options after that free trial is out, either $14.95 a month, which is going to give you our projections, and then to get our optimizer for the NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL, it's going to be $29.95 a month. One subscription covers all the sports and the member chat as well. Get over, check it out today. With that, let's get into this week's picks. This week, we've got the Ticket Guardian 500 from ISM Raceway. It's a 1 mile intermediate track. Some classify it as a short track. It's kind of right there in the middle, very fast speeds. The fourth race this season, the difference in aero package here this week, we got the 2019 rules package. It wasn't at Daytona. It started at Atlanta, added the air ducts in Las Vegas. This week's going to be a little bit different. There are no air ducts. There are no tapered spacers, so we're back up to 750 horsepower, but that rear spoiler is still going to be there, going to create a lot more downforce, and we've already seen that create more speeds. Looking at some of the practice and qualifying numbers so far, up about 3 to 4 miles an hour so far on the weekend. A lot of that speed has to do with the corner. Kevin Harvick talked about that. It's a lot like the 2014 package they had here. It's kind of dangerous for our opponents. Everyone else in the field, because he won both those races in 2014, leading 488 laps. So could be a lot of number 4 in the lead here this week. So I'm doing this video before final practice. I'm actually watching final practice as I record this. So we've got first practice, which I never weigh into my models. We've got qualifying information. We've got the first practice from Saturday morning, 10 lap speeds for that loaded onto the cheat sheet. As well, I will have this updated, this final practice, very soon after this practice is over, with the final model tallied and all my targets sitting there. I'm pretty much got my core set, unless barring something weird happening here in this final practice. So we can just dive right in and talk about some of my favorite plays for this week. Of course, I just talked about him. Kevin Harvick, number 1 on my list this week. He has been amazing here lately. He's finished 6th or better in 11 straight in 13 of his last 15 races, including 7 wins and about 1,500 laps led. He's also got 9 career wins here. So he's qualifying 8th this week, so he does give us a little bit of place differential value. Came out in that second practice. He was 6th, second in 10 lap averages, which I really like to see here. So he is running really well. It looks like he's got a really good car, and has that little bit of place differential. It's definitely going to be worth paying up for him this week, even though he's the most expensive driver on both sites. Well, it's going to be almost impossible to stack them together. I also like Kyle Busch. Busch is actually number 1 in my model right now. He has had success here as well. It's been a very good track for him. Nothing like Harvick with all those wins, but he's finished top 10, actually 7th or better in 8 straight races here. He won the race here in the fall as well. He qualified 4th this week and showed top 5 speed and 1 lap average. And then also he led the field in 10 lap averages in that second practice as well. And then we'll just go look at the times here right now while practice is live. We've got Kevin Harvick sitting 3rd, Kyle Busch sitting 4th. Not sure they're not posting the 10 lap averages until it's all done, but I would assume those two are going to be right up near the top. So what I'm probably going to do this week in my lineups is build a core around Harvick, who's the most expensive. Building a lineup, and then what I'll do is I'll just swap in Kyle Busch and run that exact same lineup, and I will do that multiple times. I'm probably just going to split them right down the middle, maybe 55-45 when it comes to Harvick versus Busch. I do like Kevin Harvick just a little bit more this week. Can't go wrong with Brad Keselowski here either. He ranks high. He's number 2 in my model this week. I do like the other two a little bit better, but you can definitely go Brad. He's qualified top 5, 6th in 10 lap averages in that second practice, 3rd overall in that practice 1 lap average, and then right now he's sitting 6th. So he's got a lot of speed there. He's on an incredible run. I talked about in my preview article just about how Logano and Keselowski seem to have figured out this new package, although it is a little bit different here this week. I lean Keselowski a little bit over Logano just because of his success here in the past. And then moving on down the list, those are kind of 3 of my favorite top-tier drivers. Moving down a bit, I think Chase Elliott might become a nice GPP play this week. He's had excellent track history here, Didn't show much speed in practices. Going and looking at him here in this final practice, he's up to 12, so they did gain some speed coming off that second practice, so that's positive. Definitely like him in that low 9K range on DraftKings with his track history. And then Kurt Busch, he's only 12th in my model. I haven't factored in the place differential portion in my model yet, but he is starting 16th. He was 10th in practice 2, 4th in 10 lap averages, and then looking here at the final practice, he is 8th. Probably going to be somewhere around that 8th to 4th in 10 lap averages there as well. I believe I just seen on the monitor, so that's positive there as well. So the big difference here at ISM Raceway this week is they have reconfigured it for the fall race, and what they did was, just looking at a picture here of the track, the start-finish line used to be right here on the backstretch, with this being turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4. They've now moved that start-finish line all the way over in front of the grandstands here in turn 2. What used to be turn 2, so now this is turn 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So the turns have swapped. It's the first start-finish line in any of the tracks that comes in the middle of a turn. It made for some exciting restarts. I was there in the fall. It was an awesome race for Phoenix. Very exciting restarts with that dogleg on the backstretch there. Getting 4 or 5 car wide at times. So it's going to lead to some exciting racing, most definitely. Going a little bit further down into the mid-range here, Suarez, he missed out making it through the first round of qualifying, had some problems with Michael McDowell, held him up, and they ended up fighting on pit road. But Suarez has been pretty good here. He's got 2 top 10s in his 5 races. He crashed out in the fall, but he's starting 28th this week. Showed better speed than that in first practice. I think he's probably got top 15 upside, which for his price in the mid 7K range, especially over there in FanDuel where it's hard to come by some of those value plays sometimes, he makes a lot of sense in all formats because he does have some nice place differential upside. And then just kind of looking at his final practice here, he's 18th, so he's improved on his speed even more. So I think he can get a little bit more out of it going into the race throughout the first and second stage. And I think a top 20 is definitely probably going to be his floor, with a top 15 being his upside. So he's going to be a core play for me this week. It's probably going to go up in the rankings here a little bit once I start factoring in that final practice, as well as the place differential upside there as well. Stenhouse, I like for GPPs this week. He's shown a lot of speed this week. He gives you that place differential as well. He's around that top 15 speed in second practice. Looking at the final practice right now, he's top 20, so a lot of that might keep him off a lot of people's radars, just seeing that practice. He has not been great here for his career either, so I think a lot of people may avoid him. He does have top 10s in both races in 2017. He was outside the top 20 both races. Last year's has been very up and down, but I think with the speed that he's shown early in the season, I think he can be, a little bit of a lower-owned GPP play. A lot of people are going to be going with Suarez probably this week with that big-time place differential, a little bit higher up, going with Clint Boyer, or maybe for a dominator pick, Ryan Blaney, who I don't mind either. Picked up the pole, second in second practice, top 10 speed and 10 lap averages. He's currently second on the board in final practice there as well. So the Penske's cars are showing a lot of speed here again with all the changes and rule packages and stuff like that so far this season. So banking on them, especially Blaney at 8,295 on FanDuel, makes a lot of sense. A couple of the cheaper drivers I'm looking at going down the board here in that bottom range. Ryan Newman, of course, he's been excellent here at the track, starting 18th. Hasn't really shown much of top 20 speed so far on Saturday in the final practices. He's 20th right now. But at 18th, I think they definitely have a team that can figure it out. Even if he finishes 15th, 12th to 15th, somewhere in there, I think that's a win at 7,100 on DraftKings, 8,200 on FanDuel. Going down a little bit more, a couple drivers, if you're looking to maybe go the Stars and Scrubs route, David Reagan stands out a little bit. He's starting 29th. He was 28th in second practice. A little bit better when looking at those 10-lap averages. Final practice right now, he's down in 31st, but starting 29th in this field, I think he's probably around that 25th place car. He has finished inside his starting position here this week, both times last year, finishing 22nd and then 20th in the playoff race. So he definitely stands out for me. And then finally, I will look at, I listed him over here on my targets page, is Matt Tifft. If you really want to go, he's 34th in my model right now, starting 30th, but showed top 25 speed in both 1 lap and 10 lap averages in that second practice this morning. and just right now looking at him, he's around 29th. So I think at that 30th, his upside's probably 25th. It's probably where he's sitting, but at 5,400 and 4,000 on FanDuel, if he finishes anywhere ahead of that 30th place finishing position, I think that makes a lot of sense if it allows you to get two of the top tier drivers in your lineup. That concludes the video. If you have any questions, make sure to either join me in the Roller Pros community chat in the DFSR member chat room, or hit me up on Twitter at Jaeger_bombs9, or just comment below the video here, and make sure to like and subscribe. A lot more videos coming along, and if anything happens in final practice, I will definitely update it on my Twitter as well as both of those sites as well. Thank you for watching the video, and let's go get some green screens. Good luck, everyone.